Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm super pumped because we are 1 week into Summer Strong inside of the clubhouse, where we are working on our summer bodies and staying consistent. So I love seeing all the club mates hitting it hard and their dedication. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It was my son's graduation party. We had an amazing time. We are tired, but our hearts are full and super excited for the next step in his life and in his career. So, a new podcast episode drops every Monday. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss one. This past week on our Instagram, we celebrated Kelly. Kelly has lost over 20 pounds. Her muscles are popping. She's been doing virtual Train with Kate sessions. If you don't know who Kate is my sister. She is the private fitness instructor inside of the clubhouse, and Kelly is just killing it. So please go head over to my Instagram, check her story out. Her name is Kelly Menta. She gave us 2 great videos letting us know what finally worked for her after seeing the weight creep on. So if you're interested in working with me, head over to kellycountsmacros.com, counts with a K, to learn more. The clubhouse recipe, we have a new one every Tuesday at 6 a.m. This week we had the broccoli salad and everybody loved it. We made it for the 4th of July weekend. Perfect for serving guests. Clubhouse members get exclusive access to all the recipes inside the app and the beautiful cookbook. So you never have to scroll through social media wondering where you saved those recipes. Everything you need all in one spot inside of the Kelly Counts Macros Clubhouse membership. Quick favor, would you mind leaving me a review? I read every single one. They help me reach more people. If you haven't yet, please leave a review, hit that follow button, and remember that a new episode drops every Monday. So today we're diving into a common stressor. I get asked frequently, how do I stay on track during kids' sports without losing my mind? So if you feel like you're living out of your car, I'm talking to you, moms, dads, grandmas, grandpas. If you're driving from work straight to the ball field, to the volleyball gym, to dance, to gymnastics, to the softball diamond, soccer practice, this one is for you. So I recently had somebody say, Kelly, how do you, with kids in sports and everybody with full-time jobs, have time to meal prep and work out? I leave work, I head straight to the field. I don't get home until after 10 p.m. and the weekends are packed with her tournaments. First of all, I get it. I live it. I lived it. There were nights, we'd leave before breakfast and not get home until bedtime. So today I wanted to share my hacks and some of the things that honestly saved me. Number 1, sleep became a non-negotiable. People ask me all the time, Kelly, how do you wake up so early in the morning? Way back then, I would wake up at 5 a.m. Sometimes it would be 3:45 a.m. The answer is simple. I committed to it, but I went to bed. When we got home from the games, I didn't stay up watching TV or scrolling. Everyone went to bed, and that allowed me to wake up before everyone else and get my workout in. And it wasn't always an hour. Sometimes it was 15 minutes. But remember, 15 minutes is infinitely better than 0. Remember, something beats nothing. 4 15-minute workouts a week trumps one 1-hour workout where you're exhausted and can't even think or move or focus. So remember, 15 minutes Infinitely better than 0, better than 1 hour workout a week. Number 2, Friday became prep day for the weekend. Tournament moms, Saturdays are crazy. So instead of squeezing in a workout Friday morning, spend that hour prepping food. That one decision will save your entire weekend. Throw something in the crock pot, pulled pork, shredded chicken, taco meat, the Clubhouse dill pickle roast. These are all recipes you'll find inside of the Clubhouse cookbook. And then all weekend long, you can throw it in a tortilla over a salad, into Quest chips for walking tacos. Done. No drive-through, no panic. If it was a tournament weekend, I would pack everything for the weekend, all the snacks. If I were in a cut and I were tracking, I would pack my own coolers. I would actually label them Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it would just be one of those collapsible coolers. I would put my name on it. It would say mom right on the top. So the kids weren't even digging through it, trying to get a snack in between their games. Number 3, if I'm cooking 1 pound or 1 meal, why not cook 4, right? Seriously, if you're already browning ground beef, brown 4 pounds. Freeze 3 or put the other 3 in the fridge for the rest of the week. Just use salt and pepper. You can add all of the seasonings later, whether it's spaghetti sauce or taco seasoning or Alfredo. Do the same with chicken. Then throughout the week, all you have to do is change the sauce or the seasonings, or make it a bowl, make it a wrap, make it a salad. If it's ground beef, one night it's taco bowls, the next night it's Korean beef, the next night it's with pasta. Same protein, different flavors. Okay. Number 4, have a block schedule. I did this when my kids were very young. This changed everything for me. Decision fatigue with newborns and toddlers and young kids is real. So here's what ours look like. Monday was always breakfast. Breakfast for dinner. You usually have eggs, you usually have bread, you usually have butter. If you're lucky, you have some turkey sausage or bacon. Okay, so breakfast for dinner on Monday. Tuesday, something with ground beef. Wednesday, chicken. Thursday, leftovers. Friday, build your own lavish pizzas. If you have not had the Joseph's lavish bread pizzas yet, please try them out. They have multiple different, but I like the rectangular, almost looks like a flatbread. They also have pitas. They have little tiny pita pockets. So many options. Saturday, we would usually eat out because of sports, right? The team wants to go to that dinner. So we would eat out on Saturday, and Sunday, a lot of times it would be a crock pot meal. Could it change? Yes, of course. But having a default plan meant I wasn't standing in the kitchen asking myself, what should we have? That's another thing that's great about the Clubhouse. All the recipes, all in one spot. You can do all of your meal planning. Number 5, grocery delivery saved my life. This one took me years to figure out. Okay. So on the drive home from tournaments, while Ron is driving, I'll order Walmart or Aldi to have delivered, or Instacart. I ask everybody in the car, we're all together. What does everybody need? Then I would meal plan just using the Clubhouse cookbook, and I would order everything and I would have it delivered either Sunday night or that Monday morning. Okay. So the grocers would either be there waiting for us or they would be delivered Monday morning. No wandering the grocery store Sunday night exhausted. No coming home from work Monday with no food in the house. Everything was there. Total game changer. Number 6, buying convenience. I can't say this enough. When my kids were younger, everything was natural, organic, whole foods. But as they got older, I loved cooking and I loved making things from scratch, but I had to buy for convenience if I wanted to be successful. So whether that's rotisserie chicken, pre-cooked grilled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, Greek yogurt, protein shakes, Quest chips, chomps, cottage cheese, having all the snacks available as well. Don't make life harder than it needs to be. You can get Sam's Club pulled pork and just warm it up. So many different options that you can just order, have delivered to your house, and then warmed up. Heck, you could even get a bunch of Chick-fil-A nuggets. My daughter just asked me the other day, can I get a Chipotle bowl? I promise I'll eat out of it for 3 days. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's so darn expensive. You better eat out of it for 3 days. But she had a point, right? Like, she had 3 busy days with volleyball. She said, Mom, can I just have this for lunch every single day? And I said, yeah, that works. Number 7, your steps, meaning your step count, don't have to happen all at once. I can't tell you how many miles I've walked around softball fields. If the day was busy and I couldn't get on the treadmill that morning, around the outside of the baseball outfield, walk, walk, walk. When I go to these tournaments, I see so many people sitting. Volleyball gyms, same thing. In between matches, in between sets, plenty of ways to get your steps in. I walked the outfield. I paced while watching warm-ups. Especially baseball and softball, you have to be there an hour before the game even starts. You have plenty of time to secure your spot on the sideline or in the outfield, and then you have time to walk. Heck, even ask another mom to walk with you. Take your water with you. Then you can walk, talk, get your steps in, and get your water in. All right, don't underestimate all those little pockets throughout the day. Believe me, it adds up. Number 8, hotel workouts count. Tournament weekends usually met hotels. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'd simply set my alarm 45 minutes early. That was my time to get up, to get in a workout. After I worked out, I felt like I could serve with a happy heart. These tournaments, they're hard on moms. They're exhausting and you're not even playing, right? But if you fill your cup, you can serve with a happy heart, as those days are so long. So head to the hotel gym, get in a walk on the treadmill, do a train with Kate workout, lift up those weights. All right. And it's done. And I didn't always want to, but I can promise you, I never, ever regretted it afterwards. I felt so much better. Number 9, talk to your spouse. Sometimes you just have to have that conversation. There were multiple times that I talked to Ron and said, hey, I'm a better wife. I'm a better mom. There were points where he would say, go for a run. I know that you need to get outside and go for a run. So when my kids were young, especially, Ron knew I worked out after work. When I was in the corporate world doing ultrasound, I just went straight to the gym right after work, 3 days a week. It was already scheduled. I looked forward to it. I felt so much better. And he was in charge. He just knew that he was in charge because he was the only one that was home. So not only did it allow me to take care of myself, it built an incredible relationship between him and the kids when they were younger. So it was a win-win. Sometimes we forget taking care of ourselves also benefits our family. Sometimes we feel guilt and we feel like we're taking time away from them. I can guarantee you, taking care of ourselves benefits our families. I want you to write that down somewhere if you feel the guilt and look at it often. Number 10, me, keep it super simple. I think this is the biggest lesson. People just overcomplicate things. They choose to be overwhelmed. Remember, overwhelm is a choice. So when life gets busier, we tend to overcomplicate things. I think we need elaborate meal prep. We need the perfect workout, the perfect macros, the perfect everything. No, life is seasons. During sports season, simple wins. Repeat meals win. Protein first wins. Walking around the outfield wins. Lift when you can wins. Sleep. Go to bed. That's another thing during tournaments. Oh, yes. So fun to stay up late and party with everybody, socialize, have another slice of pizza, have another high noon or beer. But I would go to bed, sleep, prioritize your sleep. Hydrate. Be sure you always have your Owala with you. You know, that's my favorite bottle, my Owala bottle. Be sure that you're drinking half your weight in ounces. And just repeat. Once you figure it out, you just rinse and repeat, and it gets easy. Remember, you don't have to do everything. You just have to keep doing something, because consistency beats perfection every time. If this season of life is crazy for you, give yourself grace, simplify. Remember, you're not behind. You're simply in a busy season, and the busy season eventually will end. I'd love for you to share this episode on social media and tag me at Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K, so I can personally thank you and leave that 5-star review. Stop overthinking it. I know you're busy, short on time, overwhelmed with all the conflicting information out there on social media. That's why I simplify everything so you can take action now. Thank you for tuning in today. Share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Remember, it's not about all or nothing. It's about all or something, and you're always doing better than you think you are.